Well, look, speaking as someone who has experienced both sides of the state education system, I went to a pretty bad secondary school, but one of the best sixth forms in the country. I think it's sad to see the way in which social mobility in some ways has actually gone backwards. If you look at, for instance, in journalism now, it's clear that those dominating journalism come from wealthy backgrounds, and I actually think that's reflected in quite a bit of the coverage. One of the things I've been calling for the Conservative government to do is to open new grammar schools in the poorest postcodes of this country. And you see here from the YouGov poll, and this is the latest polling I could find. I've not been able to find anything more recent than this, unfortunately. But showing there that social mobility concerns about grammar schools are not widespread in England. And you can see a lot more people think they are good for social mobility than bad. And there's now talk of Conservative MPs pushing for Boris Johnson to scrap what I think is a ludicrous ban on new selective schools. A minister quoted by the Times is saying there's more of an open door on grammar schools than there has been in years. It's now something that there is a conversation about in Downing Street. And with a new schools bill coming to Parliament later this year, Sir Graham Brady, campaigner in favour of grammar schools, going to table an amendment to lift the ban on new grammar schools. And he's quoted by the Times as saying after 12 years of Conservative-led government, it's really very odd that we still have a statutory ban on any new selective schools. At the very least, lifting that ban would provide freedom and flexibility for people where there is demand. Conservative source quoted as saying, when you look at the numbers, number 10 is going to have to back grammars. The PM can't stand the sort of rebellion he'd get if he whips against them, and estimated that as many as 70 to 80% of Conservative MPs would back new grammar schools. Jonathan Gullis, one of those that's spoken out in favour of new grammar schools. And when you talk about levelling up, I mean, to me, this would be proper levelling up, increasing social mobility for working class kids. As I said, if you put and focused new grammar schools, first of all, in some of the poorest areas, poorest postcodes of this country. And Jonathan Gullis, MP for Stoke-on-Trent North, quoted as saying, by lifting Labour's ban, we can spread opportunity fairly across the country and turbocharge social mobility in places like Teesside and Ashfield, which we are determined to level up. So clearly pressure now on Boris Johnson to scrap what I think is a ludicrous, ridiculous ban. I hope that happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. Would you like to see new grammar schools? As ever, I'll keep bringing you the very latest, so please do whack this video out a quick thumbs up. And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.